One of the beauties of our Constitution is that it provided for a government that recognized a classless society. In other words, our forefathers recognized in 1787, 1788, they recognized that England's class society, the aristocracy, and then, of course, then the rest of those in England, made for much in the way of abuse. Let me illustrate, though. I can show you here with these, what were called by historians the Sumpturary laws. The Sumpturary laws were among the colonial laws of Massachusetts, 1651. Now, you probably never heard of Sumpturary laws, have you? Sumpturary laws were laws concerning a certain class of people. The higher class could own certain instruments or assets. They could wear certain clothing. In this case, it's clothing. Whereas lower class might be penalized for wearing silks or other such attire. That reflected laws that tried to keep people within classes, and the Puritans never did get over, not in the first century anyway, the sumptuary legislation. They were still encumbered with the whole idea of the Middle Ages, not from the Bible. Whole idea of the Middle Ages that there's a certain class that has to take care and watch over the rest of us. Now that finally broke down in New England. Our forefathers, a century and a half later, made sure that our Constitution was classless. That was important. Because you see, in doing that, they're throwing out an important area of mercantilism, which is a form of socialism. We've dealt with socialism. It's a form of socialism that keeps people controlled, confined. You can't wear this, but he can. And that's not the only area. You can see throughout this law, there were a number of, we've highlighted them in red here, a number of, there are penalties, a number of things they couldn't wear. They couldn't wear silk or Tiffany hoods. Though allowable to persons of greater estates or more liberal education, we cannot but judge it intolerable for the rest. Imagine that. You didn't get quite the education, someone else could wear silks if they were educated. And if you think that's, and some of you are laughing, actually it became more than just a nuisance. It became a real scourge in England and had a deep impact later on in our founding fathers.